Hey everyone, ever wondered how far your gaming budget can stretch in 2024? Well, you're in luck because today we're diving into the world of gaming laptops under $700. That's right, we're counting down the top 5 best gaming laptops that won't break the bank. From powerful processors to stunning displays, we've scoured the market to find the ultimate bang for your buck. So if you're ready to level up your gaming experience without emptying your wallet, stick around because you won't want to miss this. 5. MSI GF75 Thin. It's a steal if you can snag it at around $700. Sure, it might be a bit out of the price range for this guide, but keep an eye out for those discounts because trust me, it's worth it. Now, onto the specs. Inside, you've got a spacious 512GB SSD, giving you plenty of room for all your games and files. And here's the kicker, despite its budget-friendly price, this laptop boasts relatively quiet fans, so you can game in peace without the roar of jet engines in the background. But that's not all. This bad boy is also relatively lightweight for a 17.3-inch laptop, making it easy to lug around when you're on the go. And while we're on the topic of the display, yeah, it's big and beautiful, but it does have a bit of a narrow color gamut. So if you're into photo editing or other color-sensitive work, you might want to keep that in mind. Now, here's the catch. If you're thinking about upgrading the RAM, be warned that it could void your warranty. So tread carefully on that front. In terms of performance, the NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1650 graphics card paired with the Intel Core i5 CPU does a decent job on most games, especially if you're okay with dialing down those graphics settings a bit. Just keep in mind that it might not match up to some of the higher-end options on this page. Overall, if you're after a budget-friendly gaming laptop with a spacious display and solid performance, the MSI GF75 is definitely one to keep an eye on, especially if you can snag it at that sweet $700 price point. 4. Asus TUF Gaming A15. Alright, let's break down this Asus TUF Gaming A15 laptop for you. First off, it's packing an AMD Ryzen 5 4600H processor, which is perfect for handling those low-level workstation tasks with ease. So if you're into things like photo editing or light video rendering, this chip has got you covered. Now, onto that screen. It's a beaut with a silky smooth 144Hz refresh rate. Sure, you might not hit those high FPS numbers in the latest blockbuster games, but for classics like CS, GO, or COD, you'll definitely be cruising along at top speed, especially if you're okay with dialing down those graphics settings a bit. Storage-wise, you're looking at a roomy 512GB SSD, which should give you plenty of space for all your games and files. And let's not forget about that battery life. This thing can keep chugging along for a whopping 8 hours, even when you're putting it through some serious non-gaming tasks. Talk about impressive. But hey, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. This laptop is a bit on the chunky side, so if you're after something super sleek and portable, you might want to look elsewhere. And while the screen does the job for gaming, the color gamut might be a bit narrow for serious color work. But hey, if gaming is your main gig, you'll be just fine. Overall, if you're after a budget-friendly gaming laptop that can also handle some light workstation tasks, the Asus TUF Gaming A15 is definitely worth a look. Just be prepared for its chunky build and maybe invest in an external monitor if color accuracy is a top priority for you. 3. Acer Nitro 5. It's packing some serious firepower at a wallet-friendly price. First up, we've got that Intel Core i5 CPU under the hood, which is an absolute beast considering the price point. Trust me, you're getting a lot of bang for your buck with this chip. Now, onto the display. This bad boy sports a silky smooth 144Hz refresh rate, which is pretty impressive for a budget-friendly option. Sure, you might not hit those high FPS numbers in every game, but for older titles, or if you're willing to tweak those graphical settings a bit, you'll definitely appreciate the extra smoothness. One pleasant surprise is the webcam. It's actually decent for the price. So if you're into video calls or streaming, you won't be left scrambling for an external camera. But like any good deal, there are a couple of downsides to consider. Firstly, there's the RAM situation. Yeah, it's capped at 8GB. But hey, that's an easy fix with a quick upgrade. And then there's the issue of heat. This bad boy can run a bit hot under heavy loads, so make sure you've got some good airflow going to keep things cool. On the storage front, though, you're getting a solid 512GB SSD, which is definitely decent for the price and should give you plenty of room for all your games and files. All in all, if you're after a budget-friendly gaming laptop that still packs a punch, the Acer Nitro 5 is definitely worth considering. Just be prepared to throw in a RAM upgrade and maybe invest in a cooling pad to keep things running smoothly. 2. Lenovo IdeaPad Gaming 3. So, let me tell you about this IdeaPad gaming laptop from Lenovo. It's a pretty sweet deal, especially if you're looking for something more budget-friendly. First off, it's packing an RTX 3050 Ti GPU, which is quite the steal considering the price tag. And don't sleep on the CPU, it's rocking that AMD Ryzen 5 5600H, giving you some serious bang for your buck in terms of performance. Now, let's talk about that display. Despite being lighter and thinner than its Legion siblings, this baby still boasts a smooth 120Hz refresh rate, perfect for getting your game on without any annoying lag. But here's where you might have to make a bit of a compromise: storage. With only a 256GB SSD, it's definitely on the smaller side. But hey, you can always upgrade it later, or just use an external SSD to expand your storage options. And while we're on the topic of downsides, there's no Thunderbolt support or SD card reader, which might be a bummer for some folks. On the bright side, this laptop is more affordable than the Legion series, and it's also more portable, making it a great option for gamers on the go. Plus, it still offers decent build quality and all the standard ports you'd expect, including 2x USB 3.0A, 1x USB 3.1C, HDMI port, and an audio mic combo jack. And yeah, you're looking at the usual 8GB DDR4 RAM for this price range. Overall, if you're willing to overlook the storage limitations and lack of some fancy features, the IdeaPad gaming laptop is a solid choice for budget-conscious gamers who still want performance and portability. 1. Lenovo Legion 5. Wow, let me tell you about this Lenovo Legion 5 laptop. It's an absolute gem for the price. Picture this. It comes packing a punch with an RTX 3050 Ti GPU, which is usually a luxury in cheaper laptops. And don't even get me started on the AMD Ryzen 5 5600H CPU. It's a powerhouse that outperforms its Intel counterpart, the i5, especially when it comes to churning out those FPS in games. Plus, it's not just about raw power. This AMD chip also helps stretch out your battery life, giving you at least a solid 7 hours even on power-saving mode. But wait, there's more. The display on this thing is buttery smooth with its 120Hz refresh rate. Trust me, you won't be left wanting for more frames with this setup, unless you're a hardcore gamer, in which case, maybe consider shelling out a bit more cash for higher-end options. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room, the RAM. Yeah, it's a bit disappointing to see only 8GB included, but hey, that's par for the course in this price bracket. My advice? Consider upgrading to 16GB to really supercharge your browsing and gaming experience. All in all, if you're on a budget but still want a laptop that can handle the latest games without breaking a sweat, the Lenovo Legion 5 is an absolute steal.